hazard that I have been exposed to was a diesel spill. I was filling up my tractor in a paddock from a fuel trailer, and the internal hose had started to break down, which is not obvious. The hose flew off and I had pressurised diesel coming into my eyes, my mouth and all over my skin. I spent the afternoon in emergency bathing my skin and having my eyes washed out.
I was admittedly doing something wrong, cutting the end off a chemical drum to create a makeshift rubbish bin. As I finished cutting and the end of the drum fell off, some chemical splashed onto my face. The chemical unfortunately went from my forehead into my eye, where they said I had a fairly bad abrasion on my eye. It really knocked me around.
There are lots of hazards with delivering fresh produce to market. We've got like packing machines, we've got cool rooms, all the unloading and reloading. We've got forklifts going backwards and forwards, and they're obviously very dangerous. Anything that is machine and a human is a danger, regardless of how big or small that machine is. And this can change people's lives if they're not worked with properly.
Safety is, I guess it's probably the most important part of manufacturing process, but also making machines that are safe for the operator to use as well. So there's two different facets in Gold Acres of safety. So from a manufacturing point of view, strains and squashing hands and bits and pieces, probably one of the number one factors of people getting injured. We have a big shot blaster and there's a risk that someone can get shot blasted, which is pretty nasty. Also in the paint shed, there's a lot of fumes and bits and pieces, so we have big extraction fans. The last thing we want to do is injure someone at work.
I spend most of my time in the Nitro, the self-propelled sprayer, spraying crops, paddocks, whatever you name it. Some of the main hazards operating the sprayer is really the chemicals that we're using. The wings are also quite hazardous when you're unfolding it from travel mode to working mode. Power lines are a very big risk and something that I'm very cautious about. Probably the main thing that we're cautious about is working in proximity to others, be that working alongside other machinery or working where people are actually on foot or in different vehicles. Given the location of our farm being quite remote, the main problem really being lack of phone signal. If you do have an accident, it is quite worrying to think about what you would do if you can't just call for help. It can be quite an effect on your mental health, not being able to pick up the phone, call someone and just have a chat, especially when we're doing long days on the tractor. When your mental health is struggling, it really, your attention to detail and your care in what you're doing lapses, and when that happens, you quite often become less safe, which is a danger for everyone.